golden cat is almost the polar opposite of Elysium. All supernaturals, and even a few humans who are in the know, come here. As long as you keep your fangs, claws, wands, whatever you got to yourself, you're welcome to pop in for a drink. Oh, nice coat. Everyone has such nice coats in this world. Entering the pub, or my coat game's weak, I don't know. Circe's eyes immediately hone in on one guest in peculiar. Oh, look, it's your little friend. Oh? Raoul. Dante's partner officer and one of the few humans in the SCD, human. Thanks to his family connection and knowledge, Raoul's got glimpse into the world of supernaturals very early. And his fascination with it has only grown, ultimately resulting in him joining the SCD. I knew I recognized that name. Raoul Baskin. Raoul, a local cop with muscles that aren't just for show, he's seated near the bar, nursing a beer in one hand. Oh my gosh, does he have hearing aids? Wait, go back. If so, that's really fucking cool. I love those eyebrows. That's really cool if he has hearing aids, but I don't want to assume. It probably is, but maybe it's like a microphone. I don't know. Oh God, Edgar, you're British. How do British people? What about oh? Don't call him that. The way you phrase it makes it sound oh my gosh, indecent. No, indecent. I know that word. I just never seen it written. But he is your friend. Last I checked, your only friend. Huh? Circe, what are we? I have other friends. There's Richard, back in my hometown, though I haven't spoken to the Pratt in some time, or even thought about him in a while. And, there's you. We're friends, aren't we? She did that on purpose so he could ask. Look, you leave Edgar alone. Leave Edgar alone. Oh, of course. Embarrassed by how much his words mean to her. Aw, Circe's quick to change the subject. Wait, I can't believe she thought we were friends for 1 second. I immediately saw Edgar and attached myself onto him in 1 second. The fact that she had doubted whether or not we're friends, shame on you, Circe. That's our boy right there. Thankfully, Edgar doesn't seem to mind, looking more than a little flustered himself. By the way, Raoul's like gay, right? I don't know. Why would he know? What makes you say that? He never responded to any of my flirting. Well, okay. Circe, I have eyes that are capable of sight. I do see it. You are gorgeous. But not everybody can be attracted to you, even if you look that good. I'm not attracted to people that, were part of the top 10 most handsome men. And I'm like, really? I don't see it, but I guess society sees it that way. But he's probably gay. Perhaps he's just not into you. No, he's definitely gay. I mean, and if he is, what does... Get that? She only flirts Raoul to mess with Edgar, but it still surprises her Edgar hasn't noticed his friend's not into women. Is he really so oblivious? Or is Raoul just that private? Well, is it important? Is Edgar interested? Maybe it's easier for her to tell because she also enjoys the company of her own sex. I assume so. If you don't know, I'm the firm believer that all vampires are bi, pan, or queer in some nature or other. There's no such thing as a heterosexual vampire. There just isn't. That doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. A heterosexual vampire? No. A vampire is queer in any, no. Wait. You been flirting with him? Yeah, I guess so. I don't control her. This is her own person. That's what he's moaning over? Oh my god, I made her look British. Sorry, Circe. Didn't mean to ruin you like that. They walk up to Raoul. Edgar greets him first. Evening, Raoul. Did you get off work early tonight? Kind of making him sound like a chimney sweeper. I mean, that's my only frame of reference, really. Mary Poppins. Edgar and Raoul have an interesting friendship, if you could call it that. Which is crazy because half our actors are British, but they don't be, they don't be speaking in their accents when they act. They meet up every few weeks, but it's never planned thing. They'll just sit next to each other and chat over a few drinks, bonding over being humans in a world of supernaturals or whatever. Why haven't they invited Wembley, or whatever that girl's name was? I'm just gonna assume some characters aren't British, because I can't just give them all my terrible British accent. I just can't. Well, hello, Edgar. Unfortunately, I'm technically still on the clock. Good to see you as well, Circe. Have you been well? I love all the little facial expressions that they have. Raoul nods to Circe, acknowledging her too. He's smiling, but she can't tell if it's out of politeness or if he's genuinely happy to see them. Always believe that the best part. Don't assume negative. Sure. Well, what about you? Are you here on official business? Anything we should look out for? Well, he takes a look around. Where's your pup, by the way? Rare to see you without him. Wait, I love that. One of my biggest pet peeves about dating games or visual novels or anything is that when you go on a certain route, the other characters just disappear from the story. It just it dulls the world too much when the other characters that you're interacting with in the beginning go away when you go down a certain route. I like when the characters are still there even though you're going on a certain character's route or playing a certain character or anything like that. So I like that the characters that exist in this world still exist in it, regardless if you're playing as Circe or playing as Dante. I really like that. Yeah, rare to see without him. Barely a moment after he mentioned, Circe watches Dante, Raoul's police partner, step inside the bar. We know who Dante is, but a half-human, half-hellhound, and he scratched it out, it says werewolf, who works in Supernatural Crime Division. I'd rather be called a hellhound than a werewolf. Having struck a deal with his boss and late mother's friend Orin, Dante's unable to resign. To protect his real identity, he pretends to be a werewolf. The only one who knows the truth is Orin. Oh. So people aren't supposed to know he's half hellhound. Okay. Right at the moment, Raoul's police partner steps aside. Oh gosh. Oh, speak of the devil. Or werewolf, I guess, if we're being technical. Dante looks a little out of sorts, hair sticking up even more than usual. I was about to say. Isn't that his usual hairstyle? He notices them immediately, but doesn't even spare them as much as a grunt of acknowledgement. Rubbing his arms, he instead stops at the other side of the bar to order a beer. I've always thought of him as a loose cannon, waiting to burst, but he looks especially on edge tonight. Something rattled him. Then again, Dante's never behaved the way you would expect an officer to. Perhaps that's why I mind him most. Is he avoiding us? I think he could hear you. Yes, that was the point. She raises her voice. Perfect timing, Dante. We were just talking about you. What? No, we weren't. You do realize that when you say it like that, you only sound more suspicious? Circe. Am I saying her name right? It is Circe, right? Raoul rests his chin on his palm, watching the scene with a little too much amusement for her liking. For some reason, Dante seriously freaks Edgar out. Why? Now this shouldn't be so surprising, because Edgar's been easily scared as long as Circe's known him. However, he's especially intimidated by Dante. We must protect Eddie at all times. Check the fit. Which one is me more, style-wise? Honestly, both of them. I think I like both of their outfits. His jacket is giving Vash Trigun down. I like that he has a little happy trail. Yeah, they both look good. To his defense, Dante does look like he'd punch your lights out if you look at him the wrong way or on the wrong day. But you'd have to be pretty stupid to try something on Eddie when I'm around. That's right, girl. We protect him. In the meantime, Dante has picked up his beer and walked over. He offers a nonchalant wave with his free hand, which is probably as good as of a greeting as they'll get from him. Did you forget to brush your hair this morning? Or did you run into trouble on your way here? I mean, we're the one to talk. we just run into trouble ourselves. If anyone's picking on you, you can always let me know. I don't like animal abuse. Oh gosh. Let's see how deep my voice can go. Just ran into Abraxas. Seen him recently? Ugh. Being reminded of Abraxas' existence again sets a frown on her face. Not really. Dante smirks. Circe knows he's gotten exactly what he wanted by bringing up Abraxas. Heard he and his agents were snooping around at the museum that exploded. A museum exploded? Interviewing potential witnesses. At a museum? An explosion? Could that be related to why Abraxas needed staff? Guess they'll be wandering around the city till that's sorted. Keep an eye on things. Ugh. If you haven't run into him yet, I'm sure you will. A lot. His smugness shifts into curiosity. Heard anything about that, though? Not sure why you're asking me. Oh, not sure what you're asking me for. I haven't got a clue what they're up to, and speaking from experience, it's best if I stay out of the way. Right, that's not what I said. Actually, why do you even care? Aren't the SSF and the police supposed to stay out of each other's business and as much as they can? Unless it's related to whatever the two of you are working on. Raoul wouldn't tell us anything, but maybe you will. You didn't give me the chance to say anything. As if you would have told me the truth if I did. She could have forced him to. But we won't do that to Raoul. I'm pretty sure Dante would get pissed off if we did. If she really wanted to, she could use compulsion on either of them right now, and there wouldn't be much they could do about it. Oh, really? Dante's trickier because he's about as stubborn as one gets, but Raoul's only a human. Well, don't look down too much on him. You don't know, he can hold up his own. She wouldn't, though. Not because she's squeamish about compelling either of them. She's just not curious enough. Still, if Dante will tell her anything, she'll take it. Well, since you asked so nicely. No. Oh, you suck. I don't. That's your job. You gave him that girl. Edgar, itching to get away from Dante, interrupts. Poor sweet Edgar. I wonder if were we able to successfully teach him how to kill vampires, or... Okay, well, you two look busy and we're in desperate need of a drink. We'll leave you to it. But, come on, Circe. We've bothered them enough tonight. How dare you? I'm perfectly lovely and pleasant to be around. Raoul waves to Edgar. Bye. Good to see you, Edgar. Yeah, cheers. Bye, Raoul. Raoul seems nice. Edgar takes her arm and she begrudgingly lets him pull her to another corner of the bar. They nab their usual seat close to the bartender. When they drink a lot. So it's good to have easy access. Does alcohol affect Circe? In order to maintain some level of dignity, we agreed to never discuss exactly how much of our income goes to the Golden Cat. The bartender is swift. In a minute, they have their usual in front of them. Some cocktail for Edgar and a totally not conspicuous glass of red wine for Circe. So when are you going to address the elephant in the room? Edgar sips his cocktail, raising a single brow at Circe's question. I'm talking about your addiction to sugar. There's no such thing. Do not judge Eddie. There's no such thing as addiction to sugar. That's just having a sweet tooth, okay? Should be criminal to even call that a drink. It's about 1% alcohol and 109% sugar. I'm not quite sure those numbers add up. Besides, what right do you have to judge anyone's choice of drink when you order the same thing every night? Well, I don't think she has much of a choice. Why waste money on alcohol when it just spoils the taste of what I really want? I thought alcohol enhanced the taste of blood. Actually, I can't believe I never asked you that before. She knows exactly why he hasn't asked. With each year that passes, Edgar grows more determined to avoid acknowledging what she really is. Edgar. Depends on the vamp, but nothing will ever beat drinking a fresh from the tap. And have you started doing that again? Oh, she stopped. She doesn't miss the regret in his eyes before he averts them. Still, she can't help the irritation she feels at what he's insinuating. Not since I did things with Lazarus. You know that. Lazarus was a bad influence on her. Right. But you think that's a lie. I didn't say that. Even if I were doing it, I'm not like that flingling I met tonight. I have self-control. I'm fully capable of making my own decisions. I don't drink from people who don't want me to, and I certainly don't drain people. So you can stop looking at me like I bit into your pasty ass. Oh, like I bit your pasty ass. Pasty or pasty? Pasty. Edgar's face falls in his hand, but his shriveled shoulders do little conceal his laughter. It's not funny. I'm annoyed with you. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry I'm annoyed. Sorry you said it in the first place. Oh? She's grinning now, too. Then why the laughter? Why do you have to call me pasty? I mean, I've been trying really hard to build up a tan. Oh, you should give up on that. Only adding to that constellation of freckles of your face. On your face. Where? You can't see it over these big-ass glasses anyway. Thought you liked my freckles. Oh, I said that. Well, I must have been lying, since I'm apparently lying about everything these days. She's so bratty. I love her. He grimaced. Seems he thought she was going to let that one get swept under the rug. I'm sorry, Circe. I didn't mean to accuse you. I know you're not like that. I know you wouldn't. It's just hard to forget the shit I've seen. The things I know you're capable of if you weren't held back by your own morals. Isn't that the truth for humans, though? Humans are capable of terrible shit. It's just our morals and, our empathy and humanity that, not all of us does it. Too many, in my opinion, but not all. It always comes back to this, huh? Edgar only likes the Circe who stands up against her own kind and looks out for the weak. Not the Circe who lures strangers into her bed and sucks their blood. I don't know how to tell him that I'm both. Yeah. So I don't. Oh, I like their relationship. That's so complex. It's... hate to be that girl. Hate to be that person. It is giving a little bit of Louis and Lestat. But obviously one of them is still human. But Lestat being like, you gotta embrace the monstrous side of you. You can't just be one thing. You're now different. And then it's here. He wants to just only like it where she's, more human, more moral. But she's a vampire. Morality isn't the same, It's different for her. I like it. I'm sorry I brought it to Integrated Vampire, but I'm always gonna... I mean, come on. If you haven't watched Interview with the Vampire, watch Interview with the Vampire. It's really that good. Nothing's holding me back. Make it sound like I'm forced to do this, but I choose to. It's not an easy choice. She's been like that fingling. She's been worse, and it was fun. But she doesn't want to know how Edgar would look at her if she confessed that to him. I understand. Except he doesn't. Therein lies the problem. That's why she kind of thought that they were friends. Aww. Edgar clears his throat, puts on a smile that trembles at the corner. We're here to celebrate. We should talk about happier things, shouldn't we? Courtesy of decades of practice, the smile she puts on herself is a lot more convincing. Right. Like your girly choice of drink. Hey, we're still on that. Hey, aside from the increased risk of diabetes, I find it cute that you have a sweet tooth. 42 years old. 42 years old. That's sexy. He's 42 years old. That's sexy. Describe it. I like it. 42. At 42 years old, being described as cute is no longer very flattering, but... Shh. Wait a second. He presses a finger to his lips, then motions to the radio playing on the counter. The news is on. Local authorities have stated a gas leak caused an explosion at Beaumont Museum last night. Beaumont. Says Beaumont. Beaumont? A private museum belonging to Beaumonts, a historically renowned wizard family. Wizards! The only known living member of the Beaumont family is Renowned? That is definitely not how you say it. Beaumont, who retired decades ago and hasn't been heard of since. Most of its expositions are off limits to humans, but there's a public wing to keep up the appearance of being a normal museum. Besides the public wing, all other expositions are only available to visitors upon invitation. Due to a recent incident, the museum is closed until further notice. Well, I bet it's blown up. Beaumont Museum. That's where Dante said the SSF were digging around, right? You think they just say... Because every time I go SSF... The museum doors will remain closed to the public till repairs on the private wing are complete. Blah, blah, blah. Among other news, the body of 23-year-old Jane Stewart was found last night. Earlier this month, Miss Stewart was reported missing. My God, has human news always been this boring? I yearn for the boring news now. It's always the same thing. Someone was robbed, someone was murdered, someone was kidnapped. At least there's an explosion involved this time. But what's the aftermath? The next day, there's something else. Not anything worse, but nothing better either. You don't have to listen to the news to know how terrible the world can be. Just step outside. Ever been? So sorry. Edgar and Circe look up at the bartender. What? To Beaumont Museum. It's owned by one of the greatest wizards of our time. Really? Yeah, substance are humans, wizards, and witches. They use their life force as magic. Their substantial life force gets them double, even triple, the life expectancy of normal humans. They're immune to most human diseases. Although it varies from one wizard to another, no wizard has an unlimited life force. When a wizard has exerted their supply, they must take time to rest and recover. Mana. Otherwise, they may experience magic sickness. Magic sickness is curable in the early stages, but if the wizard continues to ignore the warning signs, they risk never being able to use magic again. In the absolute worst case, it's even led to death. Throughout history, wizards have formed several societies, ranging from smaller covens to larger communities. Renowned Beaumont. 1990s. Sister Simon Beaumont before despairing the lives of the rest of his day in solitude. He's up in his wizard tower. Beaumont Museums, which is house fairs, can be found in North Haven. Right, the museum. Never heard of him. What makes him so great? Many things. For starters, he... Sergi doesn't bother to listen. Focus on twirling her drink around in her glass, but Edgar gnaws along, genuinely interested for whatever reason. Anyway, he has to be ancient now. He retired from the public eye decades ago. If he ever still alive, it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't know what happened to his family's museum. Maybe we should set on... Maybe we set it on fire again and make sure he gets the memo this time. You wouldn't actually, would you? Want to find out? You have an annoying habit of doing the opposite of what I ask of you, so no comment. The bartender leaves to serve another customer. Edgar starts patting his pockets. Edgar... Oh, bullocks. I'm all out. Oh, don't hold yourself back in my account. The corner shop should... the corner shop should still be open. Sure, you don't mind me leaving you alone. What is gonna happen to her? She could take care of herself. Oh, all of a sudden I got like a tickle in my throat. He's already climbed... I must have dust. He's already climbed to his feet. I think I'll live. Or at least not die. Again. I'll be back in no time. No need to rush. Be safe. And he's gone. Sugar, coffee, sex. Humans sure have a lot of stupid vices. And I don't partake in any of those. She stares down at her drinks. Coffee's too nasty. Cigarettes stink. Not that mine are any better. She sips slowly, letting her eyes roam the room. She's not sure where the compulsion comes from. It's not as if she'll discover anything new. It's always the same old faces. No. Wait. She is definitely new. Who? Who is this? Circe meets eyes with a woman at the far end of the pub. She's a wizard. She's a witch. I know witch when I see it. Witch! That is a witch. Wow. I love it. It's very extra. I like it. Beauty is no stranger to Circe. She's seen in many faces, many bodies, even a few hearts. But this woman isn't just beautiful. She's, let me guess, enchanting. The woman smiles. Circe feels compelled to return the smile. Bold. Circe returns the smile, but looks back down at her cheeks just as quickly. Got me giggling. Not looking to hook up with anyone tonight. I respect that. I'll respect it. Although, that's a bit presumptuous of her, right? Maybe the woman was just being nice. Not really looking for nice either. I mean, she's very nice. Wait. Circe's head snaps up, but the woman's already gone. Nowhere to be seen. Only in her absence does Circe realize that she couldn't detect what the woman was. Whoever or whatever that woman was, she means trouble, and I gotta figure out who she is. Want her. I want to speak to her. Right, speak to her. Yeah. Yeah. It makes no sense, but I want to see her again. I want to know her. I want her. Not her blood. Not her body. Not her heart. Circe wants the mystery she offers. It's exactly what she's been looking for. Ooh. Mystery time-consuming enough to end the perpetual boredom eating away at her. Edgar, what happened to your coat? Preoccupied by her thoughts, Circe barely noticed. It's cold out. Put it on. Circe barely noticed Edgar's return. He slips off his jacket, slides back into his seat, and gestures for another round of drinks from the bartender. What took you so long? Ran into some trouble. Oh, don't be stingy with details. What kind of trouble? You're allowed to smoke in here? He lights a cig, angling his body towards her. Their knees brushes, but neither move away, used to the lack of personal space. Well, Edgar, were you hit on? Did you get proposition? So, you see, Edgar totally got hit on. No, never mind. Are you blushing? My God, you are! Not on purpose. I told you it's cold. Unfortunately, I don't think it's me having this effect on you, so it must be something else. Edgar twists and squeams in his seat. Squirms, not squeams. Or someone else. Don't what was asked out on a date. Washkadoosha was asked out on a date. Edgar, why are you so embarrassed? You're a 42-year-old man. Do you not get hit on? He's so cute. He spits the words out so fast. Circe would have missed it if not for her supernatural hearing. You're messing with me. I wish I was. This is stressing me out. It's stressing you out? Wait, you said yes? What? Obviously I said no. No, I'm not. Why would it be obvious? Was something wrong with her? Them? You don't know Edgar's sexuality. You gotta make it clear to me. Is this a heterosexual man? No, she was pretty and nice and smelled good. Okay. Alright. Too many details now. Circe, are you a jealous woman? Didn't clock that for you, Diva. Sorry, I just thought she had a nice perfume. You'd like it, actually. Would you? I bet she smells good, naturally. You're only making it weirder. Yeah, you were thinking about another woman when another woman was hitting on you. Edgar, do better. I said no because it would never have worked. She's human. And what are you? Not human? As are you? Yeah. But I don't live like one. Right? Excuses. Think about it for a second. I run a supernatural detective agency. How do I explain that to someone outside of that business? Just say you run a detective agency. Not to mention how I'm up all night, asleep most of the day. No sane normal person would want to be with someone like me. Well, how do you know unless you don't try? Edgar, don't make me upset. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to go out there and date. You're too handsome, Edgar. Oh, come on. So what if she doesn't fit into your normal schedule? You make time when you're in love. Yeah, that's what I said. Love. God, I definitely don't have time for that. Not when there's clients to be managed and bills to be paid and you don't have to work all the time, Eddie. You could take off one night of drinking to get laid. That's what I'm saying. Shh! What if someone hears you? Oh, come on. You're a grown man. You can't possibly still be embarrassed by the word sex. I'm not, but we're in public. Sex. Jesus Christ. Breeding, mating, copulating, fornicating, and what is it you Brits say? What do they say? Smush? No, what? No. There's a bombshell in the villa. Yeah, what do you say? Shagging. Shagging. Circe cackling like a mad woman while Edgar hisses under his breath. Circe, I'm begging you to stop. Edgar looks absolutely ready to explode from embarrassment, anxiously glancing around to make sure no one heard her. This is a pub, bro. They probably heard worse. So she doesn't have the heart to remind him that they're at a bar for supernaturals. Almost everyone's guaranteed to have overheard. Nor do they care. They probably heard worse. Anyway, wouldn't it be nice to be with someone even if it's only for the night? By the way, yeah, I'm honestly, Edgar, she probably just wanted to, shag you. Oh, no, he's so cute! Look at him! Ew, I like him. Ew, I like him. Edgar laughs, shaking his head more to himself than in response to her words. Somehow, I prefer to be here. Aw, with me? I wouldn't necessarily consider your presence to be an advantage. But, yes, I prefer to be here with you. Sir, don't Edgar. I don't know what to say. Circe brings her glass to her lips, hiding her smile behind it. It's a good thing he said no. It's a shame he said no. I don't know if like these are like I feel like it. Oh no! I want him to. Ah! Hmm. Part of me is like, he should. He is human. He's 42 years old. He should probably be out there living his life a little bit more. So I want to be like, I wish he would go out there. I don't know. But I think I like him. I guess we'll just say this. It's a good thing he said no. Also, it is nice that he said no. Well, he wasn't going to leave now. I was going to say, he didn't leave Circe behind, but she asked her out on a date. It's selfish, but Circe's pleased he rejected the stranger. I'd be jealous if he suddenly had less time for us. Oh, Circe is a jealous lady. Their relationship isn't romantic, so it's not like he'd be cheating on her. But she likes her routine. It's the only stable routine she's ever had, and she doesn't want that to change. That's interesting. Besides, he's got a point. It's a shame. I kind of want to see what it's like to say it's a shame. Go back! Go back! Because I do kind of feel like it's a shame that he's not living his life. It's a shame. In a way, it's a shame he said no. She doesn't want their routine to change, but she also doesn't want Edgar to feel like he can't ever have a life outside Thorn investigation. Okay. That one just feels more true to how I'm feeling at this situation. And her. Yeah, that is exactly, for me, that's my feelings, and that's Circe's feelings, is that it is a little bit of a shame. He's not living his life. And again, he can't really keep doing this and be normal. She's not sure how she would react if he no longer had as much time for her. Last time she lost her only sense of stability in the world, she didn't exactly take it well. Of course, there are people like Raoul and Dante Superior, Orin, who have human families and try to live as normally as possible. But Orin's an anomaly, and with time, vampires like him learn the hard way that rejecting your nature never works in the long run. Like Interview with a Vampire. With Lestat, when he turned Louis intelligent. Anyways. I will not stop talking. I will not stop bringing Interview with a Vampire into this. Edgar's different. He could pack his bags, move cities, and go back to living a normal life whenever he wants. As long as he remembers he's here, though, he'll never be able to pull the wool back over his eyes. Oh, as long as he remains here, though. Oh. Ew, what's that? Oh, it's him tapping the cigarette. I thought it was like someone's little feet on the floor, their bare feet. Edgar taps out his cig in the nearest ashtray. Enough about that. Did I miss anything around here? You definitely didn't sound like that before. Nope. For some reason, it doesn't feel right to mention the mysterious woman. Why not? Maybe because she knows how Edgar worries and she doesn't want him to start. The bartender slides their new drinks toward them. They clink glasses. To 20 years of hellish profession. And 20 more. To your long and happy life, Edgar. In the end, Edgar has one too many drinks. He leans on Circe the entire walk back to his flat. She stops when they reach his building. He's never invited her upstairs before, and she doubts it'll be any different tonight. They don't stay in the same building? Will you make it upstairs on your own? Why wouldn't I? He pushes off of her and stumbles up the stairs to the entrance. He almost falls over several times, but by some miracle he managed to reach the door without breaking any bones. See? Ooh, that was loud. He hiccups. I'm perfectly fine. Right. See you tomorrow night. He waves her goodbye. She waves back. Good night. She waits until he's safely inside the building. Chances are low he'll die on his way out the lift, so Circe begins to stroll back to her own flat. It's a little mystery that she gets to wake up to tomorrow morning and see if it, or well, tomorrow night, and see if it's true or not. She walks a leisurely pace, like the threat of the rising sun won't be upon her at any moment. So wait, he has her sleep schedule too. That is hard to maintain a normal human life if your sleep schedule is like a vampire. Some people do live that way though. Like her slow pace might delay the inevitable day. Back home. Oh, hey. Circe strips down to her underwear. Her one-bedroom flat has no bed, only a sofa, so that's where she lies down. Ooh. You're not even gonna get yourself a mattress on the floor? Blow-up bed? Outside, the sun slowly rises, and the world Circe will never get to be part of again wakes up. She stares up at the ceiling, trying not to think about the growing resentment she feels every time she has to hide away from the sun. I shouldn't always hate daytime. When her common sense returned, after her fangling year, Circe had found that the day offered endless opportunities for self-improvement. She'd read novels. She'd meditate. She'd brush up on her history, learn martial arts, study different languages, read some more, sleep with all kinds of people, men, women, people who didn't really identify as either. Let's go, inclusivity, yes. Half the time, she didn't even feed on them. She liked to cuddle in bed afterwards, basking in their heat. When films became a thing, she found herself obsessed with cinema, lived hundreds of different lives through the stories of others. And sees her favorite genre is horror. But like everything else, it soon got dull, hiding herself in escapism to distract herself from her own thoughts. God, I bet she hates the era of movies that we're in now. These all remakes and live actions. And she's like, this movie, I don't want to watch the same movie again, but now I just see humans. It's just, it doesn't make sense. The animation's better, anyways. She definitely is that. Excuse me. Lately, she can't be bothered to do much of anything anymore. Is this all there is to eternity? An endless cycle of wanting and no longer wanting? Forever falling in and out of love with what once meant the world to you? Hmm. Damn. I can't relate to that feeling at all. Can't relate. No, can't relate to that. No. I don't have a mental health issue that does that to me at all. And she shuts her eyes. And she pretends hard enough. She can almost imagine she's dreaming. Where do her dreams bring her today? Oh, the mystery woman. I, I'm actually really interested. She is mysterious. I do want to know if I was right if she is a witch. Who was she? More importantly, what was she? Every person has a distinct aura. Some call it life force, some call it the soul. Whatever you like to call it, everyone has it. Not everyone can detect it, but Circe trained to ensure she never misses it. So the fact that she missed this one, it unsettles her. It unsettles her very much. The nails are cute. Oh, well, an Edgar. He's funny when he's drunk. Though most of their nights might end at the Golden Cat, Edgar rarely drinks enough to get wasted. His love of tobacco might send him to an early grave. You joke, but at least alcohol poisoning won't. Small comfort. Abraxas. This fridge man. Ugh. Yeah. Out of the three, I'm the least interested in him. Not that he's not, like, a nice looking character. I don't naturally gravitate towards white hair characters that much. Ugh. Just picturing that self righteous face of his irritates her. He seems like a lovely person. A vampire. Nope. Not even worth thinking about for a second. I do love the purple. Purple's an awesome color. She continues to dream. She tries her best to fight against the current of her thoughts, but somehow they always lead back to him, her maker. You already know how this ends. Don't you dare. Don't think about him. Against her will, Circe remembers him. Oh wow. Open your eyes. So, look into my eyes. See yourself as you truly are, as you always meant to be. I'm afraid. Fear us. Fear for us. Fear is a choice. When she opens her eyes and looks into his, she doesn't see herself. In a white dress, she sees him, and only him. Beautiful, he whispers, reverent. I will make everything as beautiful as you again. I will never make anything as beautiful as you again. I was about to say, what? But sire, you did not make me. But sire, you did not make me. I did. His spindly fingers caress her skin with such tenderness, she foolishly mistakes it for fondness. I delivered you from death. I rendered you invulnerable to the horrors of time. I captured you in the moment you were the most beautiful you ever would be. Well, you don't know that. Black don't crack, first of all. She would have aged gracefully. Beautiful. Forever. She holds the monster stare. My eternal companion. Forever. Oh. It's giving non-consensual. Oh. The last time. It's giving Magnus and Lestat. The sun has set again, but Circe can only snap out of her daydreams when she hears the balcony door open. Now who the hell is on her balcony? She doesn't have to get up to guess who's broken into her flat. She recognizes those steps anywhere. Is it the cat? Oh. Oh. What the hell are you doing in here? You better have a good reason for this, Abraxas. She stands at the glare at him. His eyes linger on her lack of attire for no longer than what is polite. Those are so cute! That's custom. You know that shit's custom. And it should be. Alright, what did he's aristocrat. I apologize for the impromptu visit, but it could not wait. Would you please put on some clothes? Then, of course, I shall explain my unconventional entrance. Well, first of all, you walked into my home. If you're gonna walk into my home, I'm gonna be practically naked. Tease him, taunt him. What is he doing here? Taunt him. Oh, does it upset you that you can only look and never touch? I will never understand what amusement you gain from playing these games. And now you're shaming my sexual appetites inside my own home. Oh! Disappointing enough, Abraxas doesn't rise to a rather obvious bait. He slips off his jacket, hanging it over the arms of her sofa. There you go. He got bitties. He got big old titties. There. I took off one item of clothing. You put one on back. This is my house. Put one back on. Preferably a shirt. She slips on a single sock. It doesn't even match the rest of her attire. If you want me to put on my sock, take off your shirt. What's happening? I think something's happening and I don't know how we got here. Have you always been such a brat? Probably. May God have mercy on this poor soul who raised you. Oh. As a vamp, shouldn't you know better than to enter a stranger's home without an invitation? We're not strangers. We're not friends either. Acquaintances. Are you seriously trying to negotiate our level of familiarity? He eyes the balcony. He just sneaked in through. I didn't mean to cause you any distress, but I had to make sure no one would know I was here. And you felt that creeping in through the balcony was the most discreet way to accomplish that? I was not creeping. Really? His eyes swept down her body again. He clears his throat and pretends to be distracted by the posters lining her wall. I believe this is my first time seeing your flat, because I never invited you. Do you watch a lot of films? Explain why you broke into my damn flat. Sneaked in. No, you say tomatoes, I say tomato. Don't be childish. It's not cute when you're like 200 years old. It's about the case that Steph was witness to. Did you release him already? Oh my god, she's British. Did you release him already? Of course. We had no reason to hold him after questioning. No reason. I gave you a reason. Yes, I put in a word with the SCD to look into him sooner than later. They mentioned they hadn't received any reports from you, however. Oops. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I did not come here to talk about Steph. I need a favor. You need a favor. Will you do it? What's the favor? You say the favor, you don't ask. The request surprises her. She studies his face, waiting for the punchline. Well, will you? I can't believe my ears. The great Braxis is asking for my help. Really? Do not make me repeat myself. It was difficult enough the first time. Even if she finds it hard to believe, Abraxas is definitely telling the truth. He barely even relies on his own agents, so for him to come to her of all people for help? Wow, it means he needs something badly enough to swallow his pride. You should milk it. I never expected to see him. I never expected to see the night. She's already set on not doing it, because why would she in her right mind ever help Abraxas? Girl. But that doesn't mean she's not curious. Duh. You're going to have to share more details before I decide. I mean, that's fair. Have you heard of the incident at the Bow Mountain Museum? In passing, this must never become public knowledge. If the gas leak was a cover-up coordinating by us at the SSF. Wow. Who could have ever imagined? Magic triggered the explosion. The burst of energy was so powerful that should our culprit have witnessed to, they could have destroyed far more than a single wing. At worst, I fear they might even be able to burn down half of North Haven. My agents and I have determined it cannot be a mere accident. This was an intentional attack. Okay, I failed to see how this concerns Circe. I see. Unfortunately, it gets worse. The wing that was destroyed harbored several magic artifacts, one of which is now missing. You should be grateful then. They could have stolen all of them. I sent my team to clean up the scene and deal with any witnesses. That's when they found initials JM sprayed on the wall. Like Banksy. Redacted. Banksy? I don't know. Whoever or whatever this JM is, it is our only lead. Couldn't you trace the magic from the explosion? Circe knows for a fact that SFF North Haven branch has a very talented witch in their ranks. Oh, she even happens to be Abraxas' second in command. We suspect it was caused by the artifact itself, which didn't leave any residue from the user behind. Okay, but why do they want me involved? The SSF regularly collaborates with the supernatural police, but that's it. Oh shoot, excuse me. I choked on my spit. They never worked with the Thorn investigations. And while Circe's not opposed to a challenge, she's no witch hunter. She knows vampires, she knows werewolves, she knows demons, but messing with the wrong wizard can have deadly consequences. It's common sense not to get involved in their affairs. We were going to launch a full investigation to JM when we were explicitly told by higher-ups the latter to drop the case. Apparently an outsider is being sent from elsewhere to continue the investigation. I wonder who. I take it that's unusual. Not necessarily. There's been cases where we collaborated with external parties. I thought that said panties. I promise you I'm not. The key word there is collaboration. He said, I promise you it's external parties. Never know my never know my life I worked for the SFF. I have been locked out of a case in this manner. Aww, poor baby. Oh, come on. You live long enough to know there's a first for everything. I know. Still, I am suspicious of their intentions. Oh yeah, she said he had a wedding band. Oh my god, yeah, look at that. Is those leather pants or they're regular? I have no real reason to be. No actual evidence. Nothing to work with but a presentment. But I cannot shake the feeling that something is wrong. Since when do you care? What was the artifact? So that's what the only witness. And I don't think they know what the artifact is. I don't know if that's asking says when does he care. I feel like Boy just cares for unnecessary amount of reasons. And Steph, why Steph was the only witness? Steph was the only witness. The only witness who might have seen anything of a note, at least. We have interviewed all the others, and we learned nothing. And you learned something from him? Who might have? I thought you brought him in for questioning. We did. However, we were told to drop the case before we could ask him if he'd be worthwhile. I could have killed him. Once again, the SFF proved to be embarrassingly incapable. No surprise here. Not our finest work. I know. What was the artifact? You said an artifact was stolen. What exactly was it? If I knew, I would have told you. I assume so. That's why I didn't ask that. I doubt that. I mean it. I know no more beyond the little I have already shared with you. Which is like nothing. It was hidden in plain sight inside Renaud's Beaumont private collection. We had planned to contact him about it before we were ordered to drop the case. All we know is that it can make stuff go boom. Not the exact words I would use, but essentially, yes. Who's to say that the power didn't come from the person wielding the artifact? Abraxas firmly shakes his head, like he already ruled out that option. There are wizards and witches capable of things our mind cannot imagine, but it would be suicide to release a burst of energy that large without assistance. When magic's involved, nothing's impossible. I suppose. Still, I would say it's too unlikely to be worth consideration. And since when do I care? Or since when do you care? Since when do you care? I thought it wasn't any of your business that the law enforcement by your superiors might be unfair to us non-humans. I know what you think of me, Miss Circe, but I'm not your enemy. But why do you act like my op? The SFF do what we must to protect supernaturals from humans, and them from us. Sometimes that means the occasional casualty on our side. Our side, he says. When has he ever been on our side? Anyhow, given the things you get up to in your own time, I do not think you should be judging anybody else. What's that supposed to mean? I'll judge whoever I want, whenever I want. I don't kill vamps out of some sense of moral superiority. I kill them because it's fun and pays the bills. Maybe that makes me a bit of a bitch. So what? I'm not so scantimonious that needs to pretend my actions are morally justified. Scantimonious? I think I said that right. Are you really so irredeemable when you only kill the bad ones? Don't paint me as some sort of anti-heroine. All vampires are bad, even you. Especially me. Same goes for humans, werewolves, witches, you name it. We're all equally capable of bad and good. That's why it means something when we choose to do good. Amen. Circe, preaching like a true baddie that she is. Abraxas doesn't look surprised by her speech. He may not know the full extent of which Circe used to get up to before North Haven, but unlike Edgar, he could surely imagine. This is Circe on her best behavior. I think it's a pretty damn good behavior for my humble opinion. And if you ever have the misfortune of meeting her at her worst, well, good luck. Good luck, babe. I only target the so-called bad ones because I don't need any more trouble with the law than I already have. Also, if someone's willing to pay to see you dead, not once but twice, you're probably an asshole anyway. Abraxas shakes his head. He's given up on adding anything to this conversation, returning to the previous subject. Technically, I'm not betraying orders. And it's not me who's investigating this, after all. It's you. And if you happen to feed some information back to me, then it's simply how it goes. Do I get something from it, though? Like, I'm just going to give you the information, or are you going to pay me, or are you going to, get a free get-out-of-jail card? What's up? Loophole of the century. Circe folds her arm over her chest. I'll help you under one condition. Why are you making that face? You haven't even heard what I have to say yet. Fine. State your terms. It's quite simple. If you're so desperate for my help, beg for it. No. He moves to leave, but she walks in his back. He said, I'd rather watch the bird. Always so uptight. Let me rethink this. Max just stares, waiting. No. My favorite word. She takes her time, hemming and hawing, simply for amusement or keeping him in suspense. You could have asked for something way better than begging, Diva. Like, you could have been like, if I do something and you see me, you give me one pass, or give me money. Plain, simple, easy. Money, 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 money. Begging? You can look that up in the internet if you want to see men beg. Why are you asking him? Oh, alright. I'll do it. Huh? His glare softens, only barely, but enough for her to notice. Thank you. Don't thank me. I'm not doing it for you. It just sounds like this is... Go back. Go back. This one's my favorite. This one's my favorite. Facial expression of her. They're like, ugh. Don't get yourself too much credit here. It just sounds like a compelling case. Far more interesting than anything I've worked on lately. Maybe this is what will fish her out of her slump. Keep her running Thorne's investigation for another 20 years. Here's to 20 more. You better pay us, though, and provide a generous tip. There you go. Everyone knows Abraxas sits on a monstrous amount of generational wealth, and we're gonna milk every amount of that money now from his previous life. Generational wealth? I just saw dollar signs all over the screen. Something she might as well use to her advantage here. $1 billion. That can be arranged. And an estate. And a limousine. And a new dress. Perfect. Now give me a moment to get dressed, and I'll get you out of here. There's no need. I have my own way. You have your own way. The balcony again? Absolutely not, Romeo. His eyes shift to the floor, brows drawing together. He's that conflicted about this, about not using the balcony. I think he just likes using the balcony. Perhaps because he's never broken the rules in the past, he fears the consequences should anyone learn that he disobeyed orders. Reassure him. No. Aren't you a little too old to be scared of getting scolded? It isn't fear which holds me back. Prove it. He frowns, and any previous traces of vulnerability are gone. Oof, maybe I was a little too mean. But I don't know him, and I'm a little mad at him because he let go of the guy that goes around eating women. So sorry if I'm not particularly warm to him right now. I know he's doing his job, but if his job is a result of letting a man that goes around eating women go back on the streets, then I don't particularly like you or your job. Surprise. I have nothing to prove to you, but I will use the door if you insist. I insist. Get dressed. I do not have all night, and neither do you. Just for the attitude, I'll make sure to take my sweet time. I was about to say, again, you're in my home. Don't tell me to get dressed. Don't even piss me off. I was gonna hold it in because I feel like I'm being a little too mean to this man. There's no such thing. Circe leads Abraxas downstairs so he can leave through the front door like a normal person. Well, vampire. In their office, a freshly shaven Edgar shaved. In their office, a freshly shaven Edgar made himself comfortable behind his desk. He's mid-bite on a biscuit when they enter. Edgar, I got us a job. Take that out of your mouth so we can understand. He swallows. Why is he here? Oh, good to see you too, Thor. Pleasure's all yours, prick. Good job, Edgar. Keep going at it. Edgar, you ain't scared of him, but you scared of Dante. That's real. Edgar ain't scared of no. Let me be nice. Edgar's nasty glare softens only slightly when his eyes shift to Circe. I repeat, why is he here? And why is he upstairs? And why was he upstairs? Huh? You be reassured I didn't invite him up there. And how did he even get in? I've been here over an hour. The door's been shut the entire time. Did he show up during the day? Did you spend all... Before you let your imagination run to places I don't even want to imagine, how about you shut up and let me talk? Go on. Let's get to it. Be honest. He broke in earlier, tried to ambush me. Again, I didn't break in. No, that you literally weren't invited into the place that you walked into. Therefore, it's breaking in. You are what I can only assume is a cop. How do you not understand that? I didn't break in. I sneaked in, and I did not ambush you. Edgar, I was naked and afraid. And he just showed up and yelled at me. I don't see the difference. There isn't one. That's why you don't see it. That's what I said. I had good reasons to do so. Full offense. I still think you could have used the door. Alright, but what did he want? I'm standing right here, Thorn. You could simply ask me. Or could not. Good job, Edgar. Thumbs up, Edgar, good job. Abraxas sneers. In that case, I shall leave the explaining to your boss. Edgar lifts his plate. You're going to piss off now, right? Have a biscuit before you go. Fresh from our neighbor. Neighbor. Oh my god, I hate doing his accent. I can't. Oh, that's right. You can't eat. I can, but the taste is repulsive and I cannot properly digest it. Meaning I would have to. No one asked you to explain that, bro. Abraxas paused, just push it out. You're mocking me. Edgar stuffs a cookie in his mouth. Oh, you just called it a cookie? I kind of forgot, so I'm glad they did. I was imagining Edgar just eating like a biscuit, like what I know a biscuit as, like a Popeye biscuit. Okay, yeah. Took you long enough? Abraxas focused on Circe again. Report to me as soon as you find something. You know where to find me. Yes, sir. You look so nice, Edgar, all freshly tidied up. Edgar lights a cig after Abraxas leaves. Jesus, man, how many do you smoke? She waits for his patience to wear thin. It doesn't take long. So, he wants us to look into something. She explains everything to Edgar. Same as her, he's baffled that Abraxas would ignore a direct order from his superiors. It doesn't make sense. I know, that's why it's interesting. Some measly initials aren't much of a lead, though. JM could be a person, an organization, a movement. How would we know? Only one way to find out. Let's split up and check in our contacts around the city to see if they've heard of anything. You know which side is yours. Right. Enjoy your biscuit. I'll head out first. She walks to the window. She's moments away from transforming when Edgar calls out. Circe. Be careful, please. Aw, worry about yourself, old man. 20 years ago, I was a boy. Today, I'm an old man. Give it another 10 years and I'll be dust and cobwebs in your eyes. It's a compliment. I like older men. It's not a compliment. You have an extremely questionable taste. What do you mean? I agree with her. 42 years old. Yippee! Don't downplay your sex appeal. You look great. Your creaky knees and back issues especially are so attractive. Enough! Don't you have somewhere to be? Try not to miss me too much. Well, you realize 40 is like old, but it's like, it's not that old. I mean, look at him. It's so cute! So she transforms, circling Edgar once before she flies out the window, out into the night. Bye-bye! Is her little snout shaped like a heart? Thornton Investigation has established a trusted net of source around North Haven over the past 2 decades. From small business owners to working girls to regular everyday people oblivious to the supernatural world, that all rides. You never know who might have the initial need. The intel you need. But tonight, none of the usual has anything useful for Circe. No one's heard of the initials before. For her last stop, Circe catches Nisha away from Elysium on her smoke break. Rare to see you 2 nights in a row. Don't get used to it. Wouldn't dare to. Nisha takes a long drag of her cig. She blows the smoke away from Circe. That's very nice of you, Nisha. How did it go with the Fangling last night? I don't think that's how she sounded, but she would really prefer to forget the whole thing. But it seems the universe is intent on not letting her. SFF showed up. Nisha rolled her eyes, getting exactly what happened without Circe having to explain. Another reason Circe appreciates her. They share a dislike of law enforcement. Let's go. 2 baddies. Although you'd be hard-pressed to find a supernatural North Haven who doesn't dislike the Abraxas. I'll let you know if Stuff ever shows his smug around Elysium again. Since he couldn't pay his fee last night, he's on the shit list. I mean, technically it was out of his control, but we're not meant to know that, so convenient. Thanks, but if he knows what's good for him, he's already left the city. Great. He's going to be Jack Ripper somewhere else. I don't underestimate how stupid that idiot can be. Anyway, you're obviously not here to talk about Steph. What's going on? Have you seen the initials JM anywhere before? Nisha shrugs. No, is that someone important? Another dead end. Don't even know if it's a who or what yet. But if you hear anything, Nisha tips her imaginary hat to Circe. You'll be the first to know, of course. Thanks. Nisha butts out her cig on the nearest wall. This stuff. And that's all. I should get back inside. Elysium doesn't run itself. Lazar's still leaving all the work to you. He pulls his weight. Sometimes. Kick him in the balls for me when you see him next. Please, 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 please. I quite like this job, so I will not be doing that. But you've had my respect for your commitment to hating him. It's easy. It's a lifestyle at this point. It seemed like he was a bad influence on her anyways. Ha! Isha waves her goodbye and disappears inside the abandoned building. Circe sighs and returns to the streets. Let's see if I could have had better luck. Come on, Eddie. Give me something good. Give me something good. The lights are on when Circe enters the office. Edgar must have gotten back first. If you're here already, I guess you didn't find anything worthwhile either? She stops at the doorstep. Oh, you can't be serious. 2 breaks in one night. Oh, 2 break-ins. Why does she look so sad? She's in her own little music video. Edgar's nowhere to be seen. Standing behind his desk is the mysterious woman from last night. Finally, Circe can see the woman for what she really is. A witch. Called it a very powerful one if she's able to conceal her magic like that. Oh. Oh my god, I didn't. There you are. I've been waiting for you. Her eyes leave the street outside to meet Circe's gaze. They stare at each other for a long beat, neither willing to break eye contact or begin the conversation. Eventually the woman smiles, impressed for some reason. You have a spine, quality I respect, as long as one does not mistake it as suitable replacement for competence. Subtle. As you are doing right now. The woman laughs. You have a sense of humor as well. That is good. When Circe still doesn't move, the woman pushes away from the wall to stand up straight. We already looked at her outfit. It's really nice. She's tall, in the same way models are. Wow. I don't know how tall models are. That is not information I know. It should be pointless, ridiculous, inappropriate thought to have in this moment. And yet, Circe can't help but feel that there's something unnatural about how bewitching the woman before her is. Well, how funny is that? Apologies and introductions are in order. Which would you prefer to hear first? You choose. Oh? If you insist. My name is Nocturne. I am not a local, but perhaps my accent gave that away already. Oh good, because I didn't give you one. I wasn't going to ruin you by trying to do another British accent. Nocturne, a witch for who knows where. She's looking for the person behind the explosion at Beaumont Museum for reasons. Amongst the many strange circumstances of the situation, Circe's barely noticed the subtle, oh, the French aren't real. What do you mean she has a French accent? Albert. Okay. Let me tap into my Albert. I'm sorry to ambush you, like, I don't know. French people sound like, I generally don't know what French people sound like. That is the accent I've least heard in my life. Mon ami, it's on the I'm sorry to ambush you like this in your office, but you are a very busy lady. It sounds very Russian what I'm doing. It is not so easy to catch your lip. Every time I do British, it just goes Pepe Le Pew. Doesn't it? It just, that's like I'm American, that's my only frame of reference to a French accent. Please do not worry. I truly mean you no harm. Am I expecting to just believe that? Apparently so, because Nocturne continues talking like nothing's out of the ordinary. It really is a pleasure to meet you, Circe. I've heard terrible things about you and the work you do, which means you must be good at it. Whatever you've been told, I'm worse. Do you believe everything you hear? What sort of terrible thing? Whatever you've been told, I'm worse. Whatever you've been told about me, I'm probably worse. Perfect. That is exactly the kind of woman I'm looking to hire. Oh. Circe narrows her eyes at the witch. You want to hire me? For what exactly? Nocturne doesn't like doesn't look like she requires any help killing your typical street fam. So it's definitely not for that. Yeah, it's definitely not something simple. The same thing everyone hires you for. How do you say baguette? I'm looking for someone. I want you to find them. Right. Unfortunately for you, I'm quite busy at the moment, so I won't be able to take your case. Goodbye. Nocturne's voice is firm, even as her perfect smile stays painted on. You're already looking for them. Oh, who? JM, Diva. Ah, so JM is a person. I presume so. The person they were pretending to be, the real JM, was a brilliant young witch. But who knows when it comes to this imposter? They could be anyone for all we know. It couldn't be you, right? I love these sleeves. How do you know it's an imposter? Why couldn't it be the real JM? Because she's dead. Oh. Well, that does it. Nocturne's tone is so detached, Circe can hardly believe that it isn't all one big joke. She's dead. Quite dead, yes. I would know. I killed her. Oh, she's dead. And you killed her. Murderer. Is she? Killed? Whichever word you prefer. Assuming that if that's even true, why would you admit that to a complete stranger? I told you. I have done my research. I know everything I need to know to determine that you are capable of this job. If I did not believe you were capable, I would not be here. I am not a witch who wastes her time on whims. Throughout this conversation, Nocturne's smile has never fallen. I see that. Till now. Yeah, you scared me with that. Hold up. Okay. Serious for Jackson. You must understand. It is most important to me that this person is found. It's giving a little bit more Antonio Banderas. I want the best detective possible on the job, and I believe that to be you. So, you will take my case. You will find the imposter and the artifact that they got their thieving little hands on. You will bring them to me both. You pick the two people. And you will not disappoint. She smiles again. Money is no consequence to me, so you will of course be well compensated for your efforts. Oh. For once, Circe is genuinely at a loss for words, but Nocturne doesn't seem to mind. I already like her. I'll take your silence to mean you accept, yes? Oui? As do they say, oui? Oui, how do you say, oui? Oh, you have reached the end of the pt.2 demo. Thank you for playing. To support the full game development and for the news on Brennan. Oh my gosh, this, yeah, I'm keeping my eye on this, most definitely, keeping my eyes go. That's it for me. I just wanted to play through at least one route and just post it. I think the demo's on Steam, it's also on itch.io, like, go check it out for yourself, go play through Dante's, and check his route out, check it out. It's free. All it's going to take is your time, and as you can see, it's going to be a good time. You're going to look at very cool characters that are well written, and the dialogue is nice, and nothing feels awkward, and there's a very intriguing world story built into it. I enjoyed it a lot. I can't wait for me to go and play Dante's, and I mean, this was the character that brought me in first, so I'm excited to see what's his deal with, or who their deal is, and who they are. But yeah, go definitely check out Burn the Midnight Oil. Go check out their Kickstarter support if you're interested, or go first play the demo and see if you yourself will enjoy it. I myself personally enjoyed it a lot, so I'm definitely gonna be keeping my eye out and supporting it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.